the Fan.
Now, Rosie, as somebody who's been around the entertainment world for years and years and years, Mark Rosen, I'm sure you already know this, but for those of you over there who actually have your headphones on,
All right. Rosie's
what do you
watching
think the CSI effect is? The CSI effect, what do you think that is? It's a real thing.
It's people miscalculating the percentage of cases that are solved.
Dude, you're real close. Because of television crime dramas, jurors have unrealistic expectations of forensic science and investigation techniques. So they look for way too much proof because of CSI effect. After watching television, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The CSI Las Vegas, great show.
Yeah,
the
man.
first one was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him, Chris.
Yeah, man. It really is.
No, it was. It was very good.
Yeah.
Was.
Then it got ridiculous. But is there any network non-comedy you like, Corey, or ever liked?
24? I watched one season of it and thought it was okay. And then
so
I
good.
hated it after
So
that.
good, man.
But I mean,
You had to have liked it back in the day.
you had to watch like
You had you
Modern
lived half your
Family
life
was a
before
phenomenal
cable.
show.
That's a comedy, though.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
Non-comedy.
Non-comedy.
No, some
I
of the
didn't
best
hear that.
comedies ever were on network TV.
Right.
Most of the best
Most
comedies
of them
ever
were,
on
yeah.
network, outside of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
Network dramas,
What about,
boy,
ER,
never liked it.
I didn't watch ER.
great theme.
Oh, that's great. Television viewers in the UK have to pay $230 a year for a television license. It's a tax to support the BBC.
Yeah, wasn't Naima telling us about that?
I don't know. I can't understand the word she's saying.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it just sounds like the teachers in Peanuts.
Yeah. You know something weird? I saw this guy perform this song live. It was sweet. He opened for Tom Petty.
Why is that weird?
I don't think it's weird, but that's cool,
Why is it
though.
weird?
I don't know a lot of people that have seen Joe Walsh.
I don't know, but it just you said you want to see something weird. You'd say like if you said Joe Walsh changed my oil one time,
Yeah,
I'd say that's weird.
Like, for
I
instance,
can't believe that.
If I told you that most people dream in color, but those who grew up watching black and white television often dreamt in black and white, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like if I told you that in 1977, the University of Evansville men's basketball team was killed in a plane crash. There was one player who didn't make the trip due to an illness. He was killed in a car wreck 2 weeks later.
Oh, come on.
No, that's weird.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
That is a true story.
Oh.
It's much weirder than you seeing a concert.
Yeah.
No, but I just think it's kind of weird. Like there's a lot of very famous songs and a lot of songs that we listen to a lot where we've never owned an album or never seen any of them in concert. You know what I mean? Like Hockey and I love Third Eye Blind. They got some decent songs, right? I've never seen them. You have, and you hate the guy because of one thing he did.
Yeah, it was the douchiest thing I've
Yeah,
ever
but
seen.
like, you know, like there's a lot of like great band. Like I don't think I've ever owned a Creed album, but I love Creed. So like, it's just weird. I don't know, weird things, man.
You got to go out and buy some Creed, man.
Creed Wales.
Yeah. Human
Yeah.
Clay. Weathered.
I don't want to hear about your privates.
You guys should start a podcast.
Called Weathered.
I don't know.
Rosie, do you like these rules? Tell me, in North Korea, in basketball, you get 3 points for a dunk.
3 points for a dunk?
You get 4 points for a three-pointer that doesn't touch the rim. You get 8 points for a basket scored in the final 3 seconds. And by the way, a missed free throw means you lose one
An
point.
arm. Oh, wait, I'm
I
sorry.
like that.
I like that. Yeah, you miss a free throw, you lose a point.
No, I don't.
Can you imagine the sports
I'm
books?
thinking
Get money on these
the
games. That'd be so
scorekeepers
much fun.
determining
No
if
lead is safe.
Yeah.
hit the rim at all. Wow.
Yeah.
Button bar.
Button
I
screen
know.
play.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
809
Hit the
and
rim.
Yeah. Okay.
Rosie, did you know the original rules for basketball did not include dribbling? The ball could only be advanced by passing. Players eventually learned how to pass it to themselves. This was accepted as legal, and eventually that became dribbling.
Well, the modern NBA features almost no dribbling.
Yeah.
Is
Pretty
that right?
much.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can pick the ball up and run, then you put it back down for a little
Yeah,
bit, then you
there's
pick it
no
back
travel
up and run
calls.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much double dribbling in the NBA.
LeBron barely dribbles.
No,
he
he
just
just
takes
runs.
off. Yeah.
Thing dribbles.
Oh, that's because of your dad.
Because of my dad?
Yeah.
Interesting. And lastly, the only head coach in the University of Kansas's basketball history with a losing career record is a man by the name of. You'll never get it.
Really? Larry Zonka.
James Naismith.
Oh, really?
The man who invented basketball.
He had a losing record?
Yeah.
He invented it, but he sucked at coaching.
Yeah, he couldn't coach it.
That's weird.
How long did he coach that?
Like, do you think the guy that invented a bike is bad at riding a bike or telling people how to ride a bike?
Who do you believe invented the bicycle?
Doug Schwinn. I'm just saying. Like the guy who invented the guitar is probably pretty good at it. Like, did he get on the court and go, I don't know what to do? You tell me. I mean, put the basket in the hole, but I don't know.
Put the basket in the hole?
There was no
You don't know how to
hole.
play basketball.
What kind of sick stuff do you do at Michael's?
But like, like you invented the initials game. You could teach people and coach people how to play it. It's baffling that the guy that like Steve Jobs.
Everybody understands what you're trying to explain.
We get it,
Like
buddy.
Steve Jobs.
We all get it.
Steve
You can
Jobs
give us
doesn't-
15 examples of people who invented things and then whether or not they're capable of doing that thing well. We all get it.
Steve Jobs doesn't sit in front of an Apple iPad
He
and
doesn't
go,
do anything anymore.
No, he doesn't.
I don't know how to use this.
You didn't hear?
Well, I know he's dead. That's a bad
He
example.
passed away.
But like the theory of relativity, Einstein, he can explain it and teach it.
Can you?
Not anymore.
Isn't that A squared equals C squared?
Well, that's the Pythagorean
E
theorem.
squared.
And you're missing B
And I
squared.
used that, by the way.
You use the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, I was watching the Winter Classic, and I was like, I wonder how long the distance is between first and third base just directly.
I'll see you guys later.
Wow. See, the guy that invented the gun, I bet, knows how to shoot it and teach somebody to use it. It
Yeah,
baffles me. I'm going to
Richard
think about
Luger.
this all day. And
Why?
I don't know
We could go
why
all
that
day with
weirds
this.
me out.
I don't either,
The
man.
guy that invented the sport sucked at coaching it.
Okay, but
Maybe he had bad
whoever
players.
invented the guitar, I promise you that person could not have taught you how to play guitar.
I mean, I get the concept
So
of
maybe
it.
James Naismith just had trash players.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're all
he understood the game
5'3".
perfectly.
Do you think Marconi sucked at hosting a show?
Mark Coney?
Or
Mark Cohn, the Walker
did
Memphis guy?
Or did he suck at explaining how radio worked?
True.
I think this segment just cost us a Marconi.
Yeah.
We can save it by doing some sports.
Sports.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, builders and remodelers. Rosie,
Yes, sir.
the Gopher basketball team lost to the Drunken Scotties 63-60, 20 turnovers for the Gophers, including after they got a rebound, down 3 with 5-6 seconds
Right.
to go.
They had a
Turned it
shot
over
at
again,
it.
and they the
I
Scotties
watched
stole it.
Brewery for the first time pretty much the entire game last night, and I give Ben Johnson credit. Wisconsin was ranked 14th in the country.
14th.
Ooh,
They're now
I've watched a
11-2.
lot of I mean, they had a couple good Minnesota kids on that team who were, I think, their best players last night. Even by Wisconsin standards, which are pretty high for college basketball, because we always find them in the Elite Eight, or somehow, some way they get there. They don't have an abundance of talent, put it that way. And the Gophers showed their inexperience. They had too many turnovers, too many missed opportunities. But I liked a lot of what I saw last night as far as building blocks go. And that's just the kind of year they're going to have. And I don't think they're going to get discouraged by the game last night. But too many turnovers, and that was going to cost them at the end. And but yeah, I liked a lot of what I saw last night, at least for the future. I mean, considering that they haven't won a Big Ten game and probably are really going to struggle to win more than a few. But yeah,
Thanks,
God,
Rose.
it was
if
okay.
only James Naismith could have explained to Ben Johnson how basketball works.
He can't. He invented it.
He's dead.
What?
Well, like the guy just said, it took almost 20 years before anyone thought to cut a hole in the bottom of it to get the ball out of the basket, the peach basket.
Yeah. Makes sense. You think about it.
Really, they just had to reach up there and get the ball and put it back in play.
As John Bonus always says, don't go with your first draft.
Is
He
that what
always
said?
says that?
Yeah, that's like his thing. He always says
Weird that I've been around him for years. I've never heard
I've
of
Well,
him.
never
you
heard
don't-
him say that
you don't-
either.
Yeah, he said that to you multiple times because you and him always talk about see, this is what I love about Corey, is when people come in here who like can talk adult stuff, he'll talk to them. When we go to break, him and I just sit here in silence because he's so more intelligent than I am that he's nothing to talk to me about.
He's so more
Him and
intelligent?
Bonus will come in here and it's all of a sudden it's math and like movie stuff and like when did this happen in the show?
Right.
When did you figure out the motive of this? Me, it's like I just sit in the corner like Pinocchio, just half made. Nobody wants to talk to me. Sucks.
This is
I think you're thinking of little Jack Horner. I don't know how often Pinocchio was in the corner.
I feel like you're back in like 6th grade right now.
Yeah, nobody
Picked
talks to
on.
me. The smart kids just leave me alone. Him and Bonus talk math and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
So true. Tampa at the Wild tonight, 8:30, Rosie. A late one right here on the Fan.
must be national television.
It sure is.
Yeah, Tampa won last night, I believe, right, Zach?
Yes.
They did play last night. Always one of the best teams in the league. Wild been playing much, much better, and they're on a pretty good roll. Hopefully the fans will be able to get to the X okay. The snow will taper off later today, and they will. They'll find a way. They'll get there in the late start. I'm saying should help, but it also makes for a late night. On the
so
proverbial
late.
school night, 8:30 start. It's just weird. We had that, and let's hope we have that problem again in the playoffs when the Wild played a number of those 8:30 start games, even though they're in the Central Time Zone. When they play the Blues, 2 teams in the Central Time Zone, and they play at 8:30. It doesn't make any sense. But if you get there, let's not worry about that, I guess. But yeah, Tampa will be a good test, and
Well said, Rose.
right here on the Fan.
Giannis had 55 last night in a
What
win over the Wizards, but that's not 71. He's no Donovan Mitchell.
What is going on? There's been this explosion of high-scoring games. Clay got buried the other night, scored 55 or something, and then he had one of those nights, Klay Thompson, without Steph Curry, and obviously Donovan Mitchell had 71, and Giannis with 50. What do you have? How many last night?
55. Too shy of a Bucks record, which is
Wow.
crazy. I would have guessed it's more than that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, freaking Kareem played there.
Yeah,
Right,
good
right.
point.
And the
Michael Redd is the record.
right. The Wolves host Portland tonight, so we got the
That is
doubleheader.
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Portland has lost 4 straight road games. They are 19-17. Minnesota is 17-21.
Maybe that's why
a
it's-
7:00 start.
Maybe that's a 1 point. Maybe why
No
that's
Grease? You don't want Grease scoring?
No.
Nah, for that game.
Come on. Gambling's fun.
It is
Hawk,
fun, but
you want
gotta-
in?
No, I got to care.
How about the over-under? You like betting NBA over-unders because you don't have to watch.
What's the deal? Tell me what the deal is.
Let me look, Daddy.
All right, let's do it after break.
Time I was on my way. But still, I'm
KFAN.
Stock up and save big store-wide at the Lowe's Truckload event. For a limited time, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories from the brands you trust. While supplies last, selection varies by location, valid 12/29 to 1/11.
Meat Sauce here for my amazing friends at Window Nation and WindowNation.com. It's home show season, and Window Nation is bringing the home show savings to you because they are the best. You get 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of no interest. Plus, you get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. All of this without leaving the comfort of your home. Like a day like today, it's hideous outside. All you got to do is go to windownation.com/home show and try their free virtual visualizer. You can upload a picture of your home and view hundreds of window options without leaving your house. What a perfect thing to do today as you sit at home because the snow outside is hideous. You can also go to windownation.com or call 866-90-NATION. Visit them online at windownation.com/home show. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They are the best at the best when it comes to getting windows. Get your windows from my friends at Window Nation. They are the top of the line windows. Everything about them is incredible. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Go to windownation.com/home show or call 866-90-NATION.
Hey, it's Corey Co. Finding the right exercise equipment was incredibly frustrating until I found Push Pedal Pull. The big box stores, well, as they say, you get what you pay for. And good luck finding anyone who can answer questions. And because most of the industry's best fitness equipment is exclusively available only at Push Pedal Pull, the selection and quality was amazing compared to other places. Their trained and certified consultants were incredibly helpful, and now I love my elliptical and my rower. To learn more and find the location of their nearest store, go to pushpedalpull.com. Push Pedal Pull, your exercise equipment experts.
At Holiday, keeping your car clean is easy with the Holiday Car Wash Club app. Download the app today because new unlimited wash members can buy a single wash and get a whole month of unlimited washes free. With a deal like this, you can really clean up. Just download the Holiday Car Wash Club app, use it to wash your car once, and get a month of unlimited washes free. Only for a limited time and only at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Every small business owner knows business happens everywhere. The office, the warehouse, or on the road. And no matter where it takes you, there's one solution to help your business thrive. Comcast Business Complete Connectivity. It's the largest, fastest, reliable network with advanced gig speed Wi-Fi and cyber threat protection in one solution. Get started for just $49.99 a month. Plus, add Comcast Business Mobile and you can save up to 60% a year on your wireless bill. And ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card.
Flight 291 is now boarding.
Yep, you're going places. And when you get there, be ready to do business. The complete connectivity solution from the company that powers more small businesses than any other provider. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/21/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New 50 megabits per second internet and Comcast Business Security Edge customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Gig internet required for gig Wi-Fi. Mobile Savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers.
Renew your focus on health and well-being. CBDistillery.com.
Season long on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, Minnesota's sports leader.
Okay, Rosie.
Yes, sir.
I got it all figured out. You ready?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, here's the thing. This is from our friend Joe Nelson. You remember Joey Jojo?
Of course I remember Joey Jojo.
Here are the playoff scenarios. Look at it, still snowing.
Oh, it's really.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Winter
it's snowing
Wonderland.
to beat the band.
Wow.
Which I don't know what that means.
Here are the playoff scenarios for your Vikings. I'm going to go through this. You tell me if I'm confusing you. You ready?
You already are. Go ahead.
The Vikings will play the Giants in the first round if the Vikings beat the Bears,
right,
and the 49ers defeat the Cardinals.
That's as simple as that.
Or the Vikings lose to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we would play the Giants.
Yeah, the Vikings are locked into that. Yes, they would play that even if they lose to the Bears. And San Francisco won.
Here's the thing:
the Vikings would play the Giants.
The Vikings would play the Packers if the Vikings beat the Bears, the 49ers lose to the Cardinals, and the Packers beat the Lions.
Yeah, I guess That's a possibility, although San Francisco's like a 15-point favorite in that game right now.
But
anything's possible.
But the only small angle they have, and it doesn't mean anything because I know they're 14-point underdogs, but it's J.J. Watt's last game.
Right.
They'll get up for that, and it won't matter because San Francisco will roll through them, but that's one angle to look at.
The Vikings would play the Seahawks if the Vikes beat the Bears.
Right.
The 49ers lose to the Cards.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks beat the Rams, and the Lions beat the Packers.
So
all of that's possible, but the 49ers...
They're not going to play Seattle.
Right. Okay. All of that's possible, though.
Of course it is.
Vikings would play the Lions if the Vikings beat the Bears and the 49ers beat the Cardinals, or the Vikings lose and the 49ers win and the Lions beat the Packers and the Seahawks lose to the Rams.
If you were confused by most of that, it's as simple as this. The most likely thing that happens is the Niners beat the Cardinals.
Right.
Yep.
And the Vikings play the Giants.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. It's that simple.
Because then the Vikings stay at 3, the Niners stay at 2. We have the Giants in round 1 here.
And then if Green Bay beats Detroit, they will go to San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah.
For the first round, which would be an intriguing matchup. It really will. I'd like that.
As loaded as San Francisco is.
Yeah.
Much like if you think the Vikings are frauds, right, and they've been just dodging bullets all year, it's Brock Purdy.
I know.
Right? I know the team's loaded, but you still have an absolutely unproven quarterback that is maybe one playoff game from imploding, right? And he's staring down one of the 3 or 4 greatest quarterbacks of all time. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to lose to Brock Purdy? Aaron Rodgers doesn't think he's going to lose to Brock Purdy, but we'll see.
And Green Bay's had its demons against the 49ers over the years in the playoffs. But, I would not think they would welcome Aaron Rodgers and friends walking into in Santa Clara, whatever their stadium's called. I've been out there before. But
no, if that's the case, I will take the Packers and whatever the line is.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Yes. Yeah. Man. Yes. Yes.
What do you think San Francisco would be favored by? Probably 4? Maybe more?
Don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
man.
But I would take the Pack. Yeah.
Packers will be the darlings of the. I mean, people are they're jumping on them right now.
Packers will lose to the Lions this week.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is the
fun to watch.
Correct. And the Lions have already come out, and I know you got to say stuff like this, but Dan Campbell has come out and said, either way, if we have the opportunity to go to the playoffs, obviously we're going to play hard, but we also are going to play spoiler.
Yeah, they don't want. Yeah, they're not going to. That's that whole thing you were talking about earlier. If Detroit finds out that they've been eliminated before they take the field against Green Bay, I
they're
really
not
don't
rolling
think
over. No,
I don't think they are
Do
either.
you want to play for Dan Campbell if he thinks you're not giving it 100%?
Yeah,
correct.
No,
yeah,
no.
Right.
They want. They love to upset Green
That's
Bay.
their
Walk
Super
home.
Bowl. Yeah,
They also have to say that.
Well, they do.
I understand, but I believe
it'd be a natural letdown, but I still think
I love Dan Campbell.
Well, why don't you marry him?
He's married.
Duh.
Rick. And I'm engaged.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Do you guys remember watching Romeo and Juliet in high school?
Yeah.
They would roll out those giant TVs on those weird teacher carts. And then your English teacher said, hey, we're going to learn about Shakespeare. And the way we're going to do that is watch Romeo and Juliet. And then
the Beaver.
And then some kid in class would be like, this is the movie where they show that girl topless.
Me so horny.
What?
Guys are buzzing.
At 15, 16 years old, you're like, I'm going to get to see nudity in class?
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened.
To take the nipple out of our mouth.
Actors Leonard Whiting and Olivia Hussey, can't make that up.
I remember Olivia Hussey's name.
They played
What a great
Romeo and
name.
Juliet in 1968. And again, in 90.
She's going to be a big girl.
or whatever. I don't remember how old I was, something like that, maybe freshman year of high school. We got to watch it.
Okay.
Nudity in school. Couldn't believe it. I didn't know at the time, and maybe a lot of people that watched Romeo and Juliet didn't know this. I just assumed, even though Romeo and Juliet are teenagers,
right?
I thought the actors that were playing Romeo and Juliet are probably 18, 19, 20 years old.
Legitimately old enough.
They weren't.
Oh, no.
Olivia was 15.
Oh, wow. I'd rather see those two guys just go at it.
And Leonard was 16. In the movie, you see Olivia's bare chest. You see Leonard's butt.
Me so horny.
Again, she was 15. He was 16.
Mark!
So as teenagers, we don't seem to care. But in hindsight, as parents now, that's creepy as hell.
Yeah. The teachers, can you imagine today, Were they aware there was semi-nudity?
100%.
Yes, they were.
How could you miss that? And plus, you could tell the whole class reacted like, "Whoa, hey-o. Look at that over there. Let's
I
check
know where
this
your
out."
father took you.
Point is
this has something to do with
those actors now.
Right.
Let's see. What are their current ages? Anyway, they're in their 70s. I saw it this morning. Now I'm missing it. They're both in their 70s now. And they're suing for $500 million.
Suing whom? The movie company?
Yeah, they are suing Paramount for child abuse and sexually exploiting them by making them do a nude scene when they were minors. The story I read this morning in Time magazine was the director, his name is Franco Zeffirelli.
Yeah,
he assured them there would be no nudity.
Right.
Then he also, when they kind of said, well, wait a minute, why are we taking our clothes off? Oh, no, there's going to be some kind of thing covering you. There was like
That
4 or
is
5
really
layers
nice.
of every time they asked for specifics, he had them more and more exposed. Then on the day of the actual shoot, it was basically, no, you're going to have to be completely nude or this picture's going to fail. So they're claiming we were forced into doing it when we believed that it was our only choice. And now 50 plus years later, they're suing for $500 million. Rosie, your hands up.
I guess the key question I have is 50 plus years later, they were aware of this how many years ago? Now they're in their 70s and they're suing them now? I mean, what?
Hey,
what's been going on the last 50 years ago? Hey, wait a minute. I was 15 years old.
I'd say somebody probably put a bug in their ear, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
it seems a little...
Maybe because according to this story, in a 2018 interview with Fox News, she said it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And that in the middle of shooting, she even forgot that she wasn't wearing clothes.
Okay.
So what's changed in the last 5 years? Maybe somebody got in her ear and said, you can sue.
Yeah,
and
that's what
even
I'm
though
saying,
they're never
right?
going to give you $500 million, they're probably going to give you a handful of million just to make you go away. I don't know. So whether or not the lawsuit is frivolous or not, it is bizarre.
It is weird, man.
Did they sign a waiver? Did they sign? Who knows?
It doesn't matter if you sign a waiver. It's
15.
Yeah.
I gotta believe that
underage kids getting naked on film.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And
Wow.
yeah. But you know what? There are other movies where there are, you know what I mean? Like, I think the key here is that they were told they were not going to be.
Right.
Because I would guess there are other films where that kind of thing has happened in non-sexual ways at all, you know?
I think of Brooke Shields. I don't know why I thought I heard.
I don't know why you did
It had to be 18 plus, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Not in that first movie. No way, man.
Really?
Yeah, that first movie where she was on the beach.
Yeah.
What the hell was the name of that movie?
Blue
Come
Lagoon?
on. Blue Lagoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was 15 in that one, I think.
Let's look that up.
Well, how naked was she? I've never seen it.
Rosie.
Rosie, don't look it up.
Rosie.
No, Rose.
Rosie.
The power of Christ compels you.
She was 14.
And how nude did she get in that movie?
So
I don't know.
According to this, and this is Jesus. This is Google.
Oh my God.
Shields was 14 years of age when she appeared in the film Blue Lagoon. All of her nude scenes were performed by the film's 32-year-old stunt
Oh,
coordinator.
good.
So, you know, that makes sense.
Yes. This.
Go on.
Right. Because I was going to say, I don't know how that was possibly legal in 1980, whatever, because it wasn't.
And
so how did they get away
find
with
a
that?
34-year-old that? Wow.
I think the controversy for that movie was it was a 14-year-old girl with like a 20-year-old or 21-year-old actor, the male, and I guess what they were doing together. It was I think that's where the controversy
Wasn't
was.
that the same controversy in Licorice Pizza? Because what's his face's son is like 16 or 17, and it's something. Yeah, there was a controversy with that. PA, no, not the time, buddy.
Either way, I have no idea if that movie is still shown in high schools.
That's a great question. I don't know.
I watched Romeo plus Juliet.
The Claire Danes, Leonardo DiCaprio version?
Did you really?
Yeah.
But you weren't in school.
Yeah,
in school.
You were last night. And you had paper over the parts where it showed Juliet.
I did extra credit.
Paper over the parts.
Like on the
Back
TV.
to it.
It was a stupid joke. Just move on.
I was watching a racy Tarzan movie the other day.
Shock.
And I'm not.
God dang it, why did we talk over that? We could have had him just saying I was watching a racy Tarzan
I didn't know it was
movie.
racy.
talk over that part.
Here's honest to God truth. I was
Tarzan
watching.
movie is racy?
I will tell
George
you.
of the Jungle?
Yeah.
No. Okay, you're not going to believe this. I don't know if you guys.
What kind of mushrooms were on your pizza?
Okay. You know
What are you
what?
watching?
If you guys don't want to be
Tarzan.
educated about the movie business, I'll
ahead.
just reserve it for the elite movie minds I talk to.
Yeah, go on.
I was
Tell us
watching
more.
a movie. It was on. They had a Tarzan. I don't know. It must have been a trilogy or something. And
Who's they? What channel
it was
are you
on,
watching?
I think it was the movie channel or something. I don't even remember because I was watching. I've been watching decades lately because they have like the old Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Tyler Moore Show, the Big Knockers. Dick Cavett interviewing Groucho Marx, which is just pure gold.
What century is this?
I mean, it's really good stuff. Anyway, there was I love watching
God.
Tarzan movies, right? Johnny Weissmuller.
The racy ones.
All of you.
Okay, so
Marino Sullivan played Jane.
So you're watching a man in a skirt, and then what happens?
Marino Sullivan played Jane, right? And again, they're in. I don't have to explain it to you guys. They got cheetah running around, and there's always the same storyline about somebody trying to come to Africa to whatever and steal the elephant tusks, right? And Johnny Weissmuller's got to wrestle an alligator and wrestle a lion to make sure they stay safe. Well, Marino Sullivan is being influenced by these men, the white men coming over, and they'd have her try on these dresses and blah, blah, blah. She looks glamorous.
Continue.
And so then Tarzan doesn't like that she's wearing that dress. So they're up in the rocks about to jump into a lake.
Hard.
And I'm going to get myself in more trouble by talking about this story. Anyway, he goes, no. And he takes her dress off and she's naked. She jumps into the water, and I'm watching this. Okay, hi, everybody. We're on TV now. I'm watching this movie, and apparently there's a body double. She's swimming. Again, keep in mind this is 1939. She's swimming under the water, and you see her butt, right?
The beaver.
And I know. And I'm going, really? And then I literally had to Google it to say, well, how did they allow this to happen? I mean, to see, and Marino Sullivan was barely wearing anything, and I thought this is pretty racy for 1939.
Yeah, it's really hot. Yeah.
Okay, and Marino, and that's why I had to Google Marino Sullivan, of course, and she had a wonderful
juicy.
life, and oh my God, I hate all you guys.
The big knockers.
Okay, forget it. I hope you guys never see this movie.
I'm sorry that they're doing that stuff. I want to hear more.
You would love it, Christopher.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, you would.
Can I come over and watch?
I mean, it was just the thought I had was, I know during that time period, it just seemed like the censors wouldn't even allow. I mentioned the Dick Van Dyke Show. They wouldn't even allow Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke to sleep in the same bed.
Size does matter.
Okay, I don't know. You guys, hard.
I'm sorry they're acting like this, Rose. I'm
daycare.
I know they're just daycare.
But I just thought it was pretty
Smoking hot.
She was kind of smoking hot.
I think what we learned is some of these guys go home and watch stepmom sell houses. You go home and watch Jane swimming in a lake.
She's going to be a big girl. She looked pretty
Rosie.
good.
Yeah.
And Johnny Weissmuller, of course, was an Olympic swimmer. That's a whole other thing.
He must work out.
Do you remember the story? And Howard tells the story all the time. I don't know why, or at least he used to. But when Johnny Weissmuller was really, really old, he was in assisted care, living care, and he would get yelled at because he thought he was Tarzan, and he would do that yell. I'm sorry, he would do that yell from his room all the time and scare the living hell out of everybody because it was a very loud yell.
Yeah,
and people would just be trying to sleep in the middle of the night. He would do the Tarzan.
Yeah, and apparently for the movie they played it backwards or something to make it more pronounced.
Yeah, it said Paul's dead backwards.
Yeah, he was married 5 times.
How about if you're in an assisted living care facility and you're like, hey, this is badass. Tarzan lives like 3 doors down from me. And then he's screaming in the middle of the night and you're like, man, Tarzan sucks.
Yeah, poor
Can't
Tarzan.
sleep with Tarzan.
Man, I got to find that movie.
He's doing the scream.
There it
He's
is.
asking to watch Jane swim.
Yeah, man.
It was racy. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow, Rose.
For 1939.
Hell
the
yeah, man.
lamest porn ever. Was it a gal swimming in the lake?
Peyton. Oh, wow, Rose. Is that
Okay.
No, that's interesting, man. And you said that was on what channel again?
I don't even remember. It
Really?
may have been
decades?
Decades. No, decades did not. It was like the movie channel or some TMZ or something.
I did not have
Oh,
Rosie
great
watches
song.
Tarzan porn on my power trip bingo card.
I didn't either.
I wasn't Tarzan porn.
Whoa, damn it. Why was there music over that?
All right, headlines is next, even though that was the only headline I think I needed.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
The Power Trip Morning Show returns after this on the
Go on.
See coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Staples has everything you need to get organized this year at amazing savings. Right now, get up to 50% off select folders, file cabinets, file boxes, and storage bins. In-store only offer ends $128. Make this year your year with Staples, the working and learning store.
Meat Sauce here for my amazing friends at 7th Avenue Pizza, and they just released their brand new 7 a.m. pizza. I've enjoyed a few of them, and they are amazing. To find out where 7th Avenue Pizza is near you, head to 7thavenuepizza.com. If your store doesn't have it, ask for it.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm Personal Price Plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this message Brian left me.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I love the smell of my cat's breath. Yeah.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code CAR91 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That's code CAR91. Use code CAR91 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill up.
Hey, Tenna B here for Underdog Fantasy. It's the easiest place to play fantasy football. The playoffs are coming soon, regular season coming to an end. And at Underdog Fantasy, right now, the gauntlet is open for drafting on Underdog Fantasy. It's an NFL playoff best ball tournament with $1 million in total prizes and $100,000 to first place. Just draft your team before the NFL playoffs begin, and that's it. Drafting players that will rack up a bunch of fantasy points and advance deep into the playoffs is the key to this style of contest. It's just $25 to enter. If you want to go smaller, you can play the mitten for $5. Sign up today with the promo code KFAN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Don't forget to register with my promo code KFAN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. That's Underdog Fantasy. Use my code KFAN.
Up to $400 off last year's price on every window or door. BuildersandRemodelers.com.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Great song.
Did you even hear the music I just played for you?
So I just had a very cool experience for my career. I just watched Tarzan swim nude with some lady with Mark Rosen.
Told you.
Yeah, you're right. She's nude.
Was it racy?
Yeah, man. I saw.
Was it sensual?
Yeah.
Again, if
all
you
of
were
that.
at home
All of those things.
by yourself, would you keep watching?
This was
I'm watching it right now. Oh my God, that's her.
pre-code movie. And I'm not making it up. It was 1934, actually. It was before I even thought it was. She was, they talk about she slept in the nude.
Go on.
She's constantly being touched. And then the fact you weren't married, it was even more startling.
Look at there.
Yeah, they had this underwater ballet.
Perfect boobs.
But she's naked. And this is like, wait, what am I? This is kids' TV watching Tarzan.
I'd also like to see her top.
Well,
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you know how Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, because it syncs up with The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
You know, the end of the album is that kind of heartbeat, and then it goes right into the beginning of the album, which is also kind of a heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
So it loops. The front of the album and the back of the album is the same. You went to break with this and came back from break with this.
Right.
So the podcasters may have just thought we never went to break. Maybe we should do that.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Bump out of break and back into break with the same song, and then the podcasters will just think we do one gigantic show.
Yeah, well, that's very well thought out. Very good ad.
I have a lot of good ideas. Nobody listens to me. Especially my wife, my orange-haired wife.
What?
Yeah,
she's an orange head.
Yeah,
She's an orange.
we
When
talked
did that
about
happen?
that this morning.
I didn't
She
hear
was
that.
born that way.
Oh, orange.
Orange head.
Thanks, Lady
Orange.
Gaga.
Tarzan.
Oh, Rosie, we know.
I love watching Tarzan movies.
My God.
Hey, Zach.
We know.
I was watching a racy Tarzan movie. I was.
Yeah, we know.
The Rocks.
Rosie, what do you like to do when you're home by yourself?
Naked.
Oh.
I need another. I have right now 3 full pages of Rosie, and I need a 4th now. It's official.
Hell yeah.
Just because his Tarzan breakdown was filthy.
Yeah, I love
Filthy.
it.
I thought it was fascinating.
I thought it was
for a movie code
very
that didn't
informative.
exist. Yeah, I mean,
man.
given the standards that we have, G-rated movies, PG-rated movies, there were no codes back then.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do something else.
Time now for headlines presented by Blue Ox Heating and Air.
Hey, thanks, Blue Ox Heating and Air.
Yeah, thank you, Blue Ox.
Here's some weird ones today. The average person has up to 11 negative thoughts every day. That's it.
I could say every hour.
The most common ones are I don't earn enough, I'm overweight, I'm not good
Meat
looking,
sauce, meat
and
sauce.
I wish I had never done that. Only 11?
Yeah, it
That seems
light.
really low.
Yeah.
That's normally before I get to work.
Yeah, and then you see me.
All right, then it's never ending.
Only 11 a day?
11 a day. 55% of Americans think they could do CPR and save someone's life. Let's go ahead and give the staff credit a couple days ago. There's no way it's 55%.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
a lot less of us could do that.
After what happened the other night, I mean, it's one of those things where people go, I need, every expert says the same thing. Do yourself a favor and learn how to do it, because you never know what situation you'll find yourself in a restaurant, anywhere. And they're right. And I never too late to learn.
And haven't we found out that, like, the way, Corey, maybe you and I were taught it in health class is different than the way you're supposed to do it now?
I don't think I went to health class. I think I was in the English class watching Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I don't, I mean, we have those paddles here, though, the AED.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah. They're right in the cafeteria.
So 55% of Americans think they could do CPR and save someone's life. I think that's high. I would be more confident in this one. 59% say they could do the Heimlich maneuver.
I was just going to say, that's the one that I feel more confident
I don't know if I could do it the correct way, the way you're supposed to do it, but I get the gist of it, right? CPR, man, I got to be doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Heimlich maneuver, this might be wrong, but this might be close enough to get the job done and have whoever's choking spit that thing up. Button bar.
Button bar, man.
Today is National Spaghetti Day, so good luck to whoever sits in Hawk Studio tomorrow.
Yeah, man, spaghetti.
It's also National Trivia Day.
Oh.
National Trivia?
Yeah, again, there's a day for everything.
Yeah, of course.
That's kind of why I've been giving you all this trivia today.
Yeah, we're already 4 days into the year.
That was trivial?
I mean, it was a fact.
A 51-year-old man in Pennsylvania is facing charges after firefighters had to rescue him from an electrical tower. He climbed the tower, attached himself to the top, and then cut a live wire and electrocuted himself. I don't have any details. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
For the 6th year in a row, the blank diet took the top spot for best overall diet. 6 years in a row.
So where you're
What's that one? It used to be the Atkins. Now it's something else.
South? No, not South Beach.
No, the one where you eat meat all the time.
Not caveman diet, but it's the what's that called?
Carnivore.
Yeah, something like that.
But what do they call that? There's a
I don't know. What is it?
They're going with the Mediterranean diet as the top diet for 6 straight years. I'm not sure.
You eat a lot of salads and olives and oils and stuff like that.
Gross.
That all sounds great.
None of that.
That's sad.
Not good for me. 90% of Americans expect 2023 will be a year of political conflict in the U.S.
What?
No.
Who are the 10% that think this is going to go smoothly?
That's not exactly going smoothly right now.
72% think that crime will rise.
I'm watching this.
Rosie.
Zach, you're so busy. Dick Cavett.
Oh, Rosie.
Well, that's not.
You said Dick Cavett.
Dick Cavett.
Yeah, we asked if you've ever been addicted to anything.
Dick Cavett. One of the great talk show hosts of all time.
He's in
brilliant.
He's in Forrest Gump.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
Forrest Gump.
You guys familiar with Dave and Buster's, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
James Buster Corley, dead of an apparent suicide.
That's depressing. Why did you bring that up?
So the Buster half.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Man,
That's sad.
you gotta hear something really odd about that? Not to make it a bad story even worse.
Yeah.
So I every now and again I go through these phases where I get addicted to a genealogy, you know? So I go on that website.
Yeah.
What is that called?
23andMe.
No, the other one.
Ancestry.com.
That's the one. I started tracing my grandma Nora's family tree, and her grandma, very viciously took her own life.
Ooh.
And it's set, and the way you find stuff like that is they have all the marriage certificates and death certificates and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's just incredible to look back, and find stuff like that out. You know, you're literally shook.
Jarring. Yeah,
I was
really,
shook by it. I really was. And you wonder, like, what
happened?
But you're also, when you do this, Rose, I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, you're amazed at how wide your family tree is.
Right.
It's not just your mom and your dad and your grandma and your grandpa and your other grandma and grandpa. they had grandmas and grandpas, and each of them had and the
Right.
tree gets so wide. Like I traced this one dude all the way back to Scotland last night.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Man, I tell you, it's fun, Rosie. It really is. But it also, man, you see some things you don't want to know. You know?
Right.
Crazy.
It's a constant fight I get in with my wife because a couple of years ago for Christmas, she got me one of those 23andMe things.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it.
Uh-huh.
And she's so mad at me for not doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people, I'm not sending my spit to them, then they're going to have me in a database. They have me some other way if they want me. I'm not worried about
Randy
that.
was on the show.
I don't know. It's just like I know where the 3 or 4 countries I'm from. I care and love about the family members that I met while I was alive. I feel like what Chris is doing is if you go down the rabbit hole far enough, you're going to find something that's probably amazing and you're going to find something depressing.
Right.
But I don't know. I never knew those people.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to find out, in particular, how our grandparents, in my case, and I'm obviously older, but to find out the route they got here, where in Europe they came from, or how do they end up in the United States?
Yeah.
That to me is such a fine line between where we could have been and where we all could have ended up and where we are today. That's the thing that just
butterfly effect. 9 to noon is next. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. See ya.
If it's been at least 2 months since your primary series or original booster, schedule your updated COVID-19 booster dose